Copenhagen, Denmark, on a crisp spring morning in the Danish capital, where cobblestone streets shimmered with dew and tulips nodded their heads in the breeze, the stage was set for a traditional royal appearance. Crowds gathered in front of the Amalienborg Palace, waving red and white flags, ready to glimpse their beloved royal family during the annual balcony wave. Little did anyone know the day's brightest star would not be clad in silk or military finery, nor would they wear a tiara or hold a royal title, at least not officially. Instead, it was a four-legged, tail-wagging, biscuit-loving Danish royal dog named Hugo, who captured the hearts of onlookers and upstaged the entire monarchy. The setting, a royal tradition. The annual balcony appearance is a long-standing tradition in Denmark, typically held to celebrate Queen Margrethe II's birthday. This year, however, it was an especially significant event. The first such appearance following the abdication of Queen Margrethe and the ascension of King Frederik X. The square outside Amalienborg Palace was packed. Tourists mingled with devoted Danes, many of whom had arrived at dawn to secure the best view. Children sat on their parents' shoulders, and photographers from around the world jockeyed for prime positions. At exactly noon, trumpets sounded. The great palace doors opened, and the royal family stepped onto the iconic balcony. King Frederik X, regal and smiling, Queen Mary, elegant as ever, and their four children, poised and waving with practiced grace. The crowd erupted in cheers. But as the noise swelled and cameras flashed, a small, golden-furred figure darted through the royal legs, tongue out, ears flopping, eyes sparkling with mischief. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Enter Hugo, the Danish royal dog. Hugo, a 3-year-old Danish, Swedish farm dog, is technically not royalty, but you wouldn't know it from his behavior. With a confidence that bordered on theatrical, he pranced to the edge of the balcony, propped his front paws on the balustrade, and let out a triumphant bark, as if to announce, the show has begun. The crowd's reaction was instantaneous. Gasps turned to laughter, and cheers escalated into joyous applause. Hugo tilted his head at the sound, then, encouraged, began to wag his tail furiously and bark again, a sound not of warning, but of glee. Queen Mary tried gently to coax him back with a treat, but Hugo had no intention of retreating. He was the moment. A canine with charisma. In an instant, social media exploded. #RoyalDog trended on X, formerly Twitter, and TikTok videos of Hugo barking into the crowd accumulated millions of views within hours. Captions ranged from "Danish doggo declares democracy" to "All hail King Hugo." The dog's spontaneous performance included spinning in place, sitting perfectly on command for the crowd, and even sneezing at just the right moment, eliciting another wave of laughter. At one point, he pawed gently at Princess Isabella's gown, as if asking, "What's next?" Palace guards remained unfazed, either used to Hugo's antics or well-trained in the art of stoicism. But the crowd adored it. Parents lifted their children higher to get a glimpse of the royal dog. Teens shouted his name. An enterprising vendor even began selling plush Hugo toys by the square's edge before the hour was out. The story behind the star. Hugo's origin story is as charming as his personality. He was adopted by Crown Prince Frederik and Crown Princess Mary from a Danish shelter in 2022. A rescue from a farming community in Jutland, Hugo had been found as a pup in a barn, hungry and curious, but full of energy. The royal family had recently said goodbye to their longtime Labrador, Ziggy, and were considering a new companion. "They say dogs choose their people," Queen Mary once remarked in an interview. When Hugo bounded into the room and immediately stole a biscuit from Prince Christian's pocket, we knew he was ours. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Since then, Hugo has become a fixture in royal life. Though rarely seen at public events, he's often spotted in the backgrounds of official family photos, lounging near fireplaces or bounding through gardens. The palace staff affectionately call him his bark jesty. A moment of lightness in a changing monarchy, this year's balcony appearance carried a special weight. With the recent abdication of Queen Margrethe after a reign of over 5 decades, Denmark was adjusting to a new chapter in its monarchy. While King Frederik X is beloved, transitions are always delicate. Hugo's antics brought an unexpected and much-needed levity. For a brief moment, the seriousness of monarchy gave way to something joyfully human, or rather, joyfully canine. He reminded us that monarchy, at its best, is about connection, said Lars Holmgren, a royal historian interviewed by Danish state television. The royal dog stepping onto that balcony, unscripted, playful, real, was a beautiful metaphor for the monarchy's modern evolution. Inside the palace, reactions and a new routine. After the appearance, palace spokespersons held a press conference to address the unexpected star turn. Yes, Hugo was not officially scheduled to appear, said Lady Annette Rasmussen, the royal communications secretary, chuckling. But as anyone with a dog knows, they tend to make their own schedules. When asked if Hugo would make future appearances, she smiled. We're not planning anything, but we've learned to leave room for improvisation. Later that day, the royal family released a short behind-the-scenes video showing Hugo being rewarded with a royal-sized treat, a handcrafted organic bone-shaped biscuit from a local Danish baker. The footage also showed Princess Josephine teaching him how to curtsy, with limited but adorable success. The internet responds. Within 24 hours, Hugo had an unofficial fan club. An Instagram account, @HugoTheRoyalDog, amassed over 300,000 followers by the end of the week. The account featured daily royal duties, including Hugo inspecting palace flower beds, attempting to catch bees, and guarding the crown jewels by sleeping next to a glass case. Fan art flooded the internet, everything from oil painting-style portraits of Hugo in a crown to cartoon comics imagining him as Denmark's secret ruler. One viral post read, "Denmark has a new king, but the real power lies with Hugo. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel." Another, in mock headline style, declared, "Breaking! Hugo declares squirrel as national symbol. A dog for the people. What is it about this small dog that captivated a nation? Perhaps it's his spontaneity, his charm, his unfiltered joy, a reminder that even amidst the formalities of statehood, there's room for play. Perhaps it's the fact that, in an age of carefully curated images and rehearsed speeches, Hugo's balcony moment was utterly unscripted. Or perhaps it's simpler than that. People love dogs. Especially dogs who bark at just the right moment, wag their tails with pride, and remind us that the world is still capable of small, delightful surprises. A lasting legacy? Some are already calling it the Hugo effect, a surge of interest in Danish, Swedish farm dogs, a boost in local shelter adoptions, and renewed affection for the Danish royal family among the younger generation. In Copenhagen's Royal Children's Hospital, therapy dogs are now being unofficially called Hugos. Toy shops report selling out of plush farm dogs, and a new children's book titled Hugo and the Balcony is slated for release later this year. Most notably, a petition has been circulating online to grant Hugo an honorary title, Duke of Pawsmark. While the royal court has declined to comment, insiders say King Frederik found the idea rather charming. Conclusion: long live the dog. In a world often dominated by solemn news and political posturing, the tale of Hugo, the Danish royal dog who stole the show, is a gentle reminder of the joy found in the unexpected. He didn't mean to become a symbol. He didn't write a speech or wave a flag. All he did was bark, wag his tail, and bask in the love of a nation that, for one glorious afternoon, united in laughter. So here's to Hugo, the little dog with royal timing and a commoner's heart. Long may he bark. Subscribe the channel to get such videos.